thinking, did I have any such experience growing up? And I told myself that actually, like most Bengalis, and later I would be corrected my friends from across the country, it's not just Bengalis, it happens in every region. We all grew up on a staple diet of ghost stories. So the usual thing was winter night, you sit around and all the lights are dimmed and you're told the goriest of stories and you're scared, you want to cover up your limbs, put a sheet around you and listen to these stories. So we grew up on all of that. So without those experiences, I had all the fears of all the ghosts. I used to think Bongs have a very deep connection with ghosts, but I'm told no. All Indians have a very deep connection with ghosts. So much so that those stories stayed with me and made me a very, very fearful kid. I would be scared of being alone in a room, whether it was day or night. And if it was at night, I couldn't even go to the loo. Somebody had to stand outside the door to give me the confidence to be by myself. So I grew up with all those fears. And let me just go back to Adda. Adda is a very strong, characteristic of Bengalis. So I remember one Adda session at home about 10 years ago, when my husband was a great storyteller and a great ghost storyteller. So we were about half a dozen of us sitting in the house, and his stories went on till 2 o'clock in the morning, and we had others who were also contributing to ghost stories. A lady playing the piano at night, and she would come on a particular day, and all of that. The next morning, my husband had to go off to Calcutta at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so he left. But that's the day, on the plane, he had a heart attack. I got the news, and I rushed. I rushed to Calcutta, and the first thing I told him was, what the hell? Consumers of ghost stories should be getting a heart attack, not manufacturers of ghost stories. Anyway, coming back to my fears, so at 21, a very, very sad incident happened in my life. And that incident cured me of all my fears. And I'm told that sad stories have their own uses, so this was one use. A very close friend of mine had a fire accident and she got burnt. She was immediately taken to Gandhi Hospital. I'm talking about 1983, as far back as that. She was taken to Gandhi Hospital, put there, and immediately I was sent a message that you must go there because there's nobody from her family. So I went there. And I don't know what hell looks like, but if I were to give you a description of hell, I would say the burns ward of Gandhi Hospital. Can't be anything more ghastly than that. So you go there and you find people writhing and screaming with pain, and they have this dome-like structure over them. On that is a sheet. And there was my friend sitting with a blanket wrapped around her. Nobody had attended to her. So I rushed, brought the nurse, we got the blanket around, and while pulling the blanket out, her flesh was coming out. Along with it, she was 95% burnt. She had no pain whatsoever. And I did not understand that if you're burnt to that degree, then you don't feel any pain. So she kept talking to me the whole day, and then a little while later, I felt there was water all around. Her bed was dripping, there was water everywhere. So I again called somebody. At 21, how much do you know? So I said, why is there water here? Can't you at least keep this clean? The doctor came and told me, ma'am, she doesn't have skin over her body, so it's a fluids going out. This lady is not going to survive. She's not going to go through the night. She kept talking to me, and as luck would have it, in a few hours, she passed. That was my first encounter with death. I hadn't seen a corpse before that. But somehow, from that day onwards, I lost my fear of everything, including that of ghosts. So I'm sorry I have no ghost stories to tell you. I was cured of my ghost stories, but I love listening to them, and I look forward to reading your books going through all those experiences that you've described there and feel the excitement of it all. Thank you so much for bringing us your experiences. And wish you all the very best. I hope your stories will be read by as many people as you desire.
Thank you so much, Anuradhi.